The Millennial Nurses. Okay.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Florence.
And your girl Machi.
And we are the Millennial Nurses. Hey.
What's up, you guys?
So our video today is gonna be talking about how we got into nursing. Like, I know that's a pretty big question. Like, people wanna know, how'd you get here? So that's what we're gonna tell y'all.
So, how did we both end up in the nursing profession? So we've pretty much grown up with each other, been around we have the same like group of family members and cousins and whatever, went to the same church and stuff like that. Literally. So, and then both of our moms are nurses. So it was kind of like, you know, something that we're used to and something that we were familiar with. But just basically both of us are Nigerian. So growing up in an African Nigerian household, it's either healthcare or die. Like, there's no really other option. I mean, there's other options.
Few other options.
But for the most part, they view success in anything
with job security.
Job security, and basically it has to be in health.
Yeah.
And they know that nursing, medical, doctor, pharmacist, they know, oh, those people make money. Oh, that's a job that you'll always have. So that was definitely something that, you know, kind of, I won't say forced, but kind of forced us to choose.
Brainwashed.
to choose to go into something in the healthcare field. And so we ended up choosing nursing. For me, I can say, I didn't always want to do nursing. I actually wanted to be a fashion designer, but my dad laughed at me, so you know, I had to rewire my mind. So initially I did want to go to med school. I wanted to be an OB-GYN, but then I started thinking, and my mom and I started thinking, she was basically saying like, you know, if you do nursing, you can always go to med school afterwards. At least with nursing, you can have a job and then you're able to pay for med school. So sounded like a great plan initially. Obviously didn't end that way. So that's just what I can say for myself.
Yeah, and like my background is very similar, except like I thought I was gonna go to med school as well. I wanted to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. You know, just because, honestly, I really wanted to be that because it was a mouthful and they make guap. So, I told my mom that has been like my life plan since I was like in 6th grade. And then when my sister got into college, my mom forced her to do nursing. And, you know, my sister's my older sister. So, when she chose nursing and it was looking like a good path, when I went to orientation freshman year, I changed my major, and my mom was like, no, just do the pre-med. I was like, but Elizabeth's doing nursing. I mean, I'm pretty sure like that's a smart plan if you do nursing and get into medical school. I was wrong. wrong.
I mean, that stuff works for some people, but we're gonna get into how it didn't work for us.
Yeah, for us. So basically that's how I rewired my mind into doing nursing. Like, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be that bad, and like, it should really get me, you know, job security. I'm gonna have guap while I'm young so I can pay for medical school. You know, I had it all planned out, okay?
And just, you know, sometimes in life we make plans, but obviously God has other plans for our life. And I mean, I'm so grateful for the plan that He's led us both on. You know, nursing was a great opportunity, and we're gonna
so basically, like, when we were continuing on in college, like freshman through senior year, like, we were like, yeah, like, no, this medical school thing is really about to be a thing. Like, like, no, I don't care what the advisors say, because my advisor was like, girl, that don't make no sense. And I was like, you don't know my God. Clearly, I was acting up. So I was, you know, I did my classes, and I took a few, like a sprinkle of classes for medical school in college. But then, you know, college, people just want to enjoy. So it was like, I need to enjoy before I go to nursing school. So I didn't take as many classes as I should have for medical school.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of hard. Like, nursing, like, you would think, oh, healthcare, all the classes should be generally the same. But that is definitely not the case. Like, nursing classes versus, like, anything pre-med is, like, totally different. Like, you're taking, like, pre-med, they take higher sciences and, like, other level classes that you don't need to necessarily have in nursing school. So it's just like, and at that time, you know, when you're young, so you're like, why would I take a harder class right now when I could just chill, breathe? It's still kind of hard. Like, if you're not good at science and things like, it's just like, why would I take more classes and stress myself out when, okay, let me just focus on my nursing stuff. I'm gonna get into nursing school, and then I could be taking classes in the summer, in between, whatever. Girl, boy, whoever. If this is your plan, I'm sorry, but it may not work out. Unless you're like very like dedicated.
Yeah, so it can work, but it's longer because in nursing school it's very difficult to take classes outside of nursing school because it is a packed full-time schedule, like 16 hours. And so unless if you're the kind of people that like to take 24, 20 hours, 18, then kudos to you.
The only thing that maybe like we could have done is like, you know, a lot of schools, they offer like that second degree program.
Yeah, I would recommend that if you're trying to do this.
Looking back at it now, it's like if this was really my plan, I probably would have got a degree in like, you know, a pre-med something degree, like major in biology or chemistry or something, and then went to nursing school for like their fast track program or even just a regular 2-year program, and then applied to med school, but wasn't thinking of that, didn't really know like my real plans, and didn't really, there's not a lot of people that I knew that, or we knew that like were nurses and went into becoming a medical doctor. So,
and like, you know, also like when you make plans as your younger self, sometimes your older self, and especially with God, he could really switch those plans, and you're just like, oh, so that's why you brought me through nursing school. Like, I thought you were on my plan, and he's like, actually, no, I'm not.
No.
So,
like we said, we're so grateful still that we went down this path, because who's to say what would have happened if we tried to go the other way. But, you know, nursing really did build character, and like it honed in on a lot of my quality traits that I already had. So yeah, with nursing, it's either gonna bring out the best in you or the worst in you. And you'll learn that really quickly. Like some of your bad habits that you might have, it could accentuate it, or you might notice it and then you work on it a lot better. So
especially like I could talk on one bad habit that I had. I was oddly a perfectionist. Like it was like things had to be like a certain way, and if it didn't, then like if it wasn't, I don't know, like my life was upside down. But in nursing school, that is not a thing. No. Like what you never, especially as a nurse, like you never know what's gonna happen next. And so that really like molded me to be more versatile and more patient. You know, nursing has taught me to be patient. I know y'all may think I was patient. I never was. Okay, relax.
And then like for me, I think that what nursing pretty much taught me was, you know, a lot of times I like to do things by myself. Group work, sometimes if I get to choose the people that I work with. But unfortunately with nursing, anything's unpredictable. You don't get to choose who your coworkers are. You don't get to choose who your manager is. You don't get to choose who the doctor is on call for the night. So, so it really did teach me, and this is even like in nursing school, to like, you know, you need to rely on other people, and you need to learn how to work with other people, and you need to learn how to ask for help. I mean, I don't know how many times, you know, I just would think about something like, I don't really know how to do this, or I don't know the correct answer. But, you know, luckily I learned like I can't let my pride get the best of me, because then I'll make mistakes, and you have people's lives in your hands. So, I mean, nursing really did teach me to ask people for help. If I needed help for anything, like I really had to ask, and then
nursing is a very humbling career. Like it will humble you. Okay? If you think you're here, okay, just bring that down. Okay? It will really, it's a very maturing career.
Yes.
Okay. We would discuss that.
And that's the thing about being like millennial nurses and younger nurses and newer nurses, like especially if you're going straight into nursing, so you're doing your 2-year prerequisites and doing your 2-year like nursing school, you're like 20 years old getting into nursing school if you're doing it on track. Imagine somebody telling you you're gonna have people's lives in your hands,
and it's like, oh,
like you grow up real quick. Like imagine, you know, freshman year you're just like getting into the whole scene of being in college and everything. Sophomore year, you know, you're the person on campus. You know, you're not a baby no more. You kind of know the realms of college and stuff, and then bam, you are now going into nursing school, and you have to be professional. You have to be smart. I mean, you're smart, but you need to be on top of your stuff. You gotta be paying attention to detail. And it's just like, wait, like
you gotta know what the doctor is thinking, even though you don't know.
Like you gotta know
you don't know. You gotta think beforehand.
You will never really know sometimes, but. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, you know, it's like, but wait, you know, I just got into partying and I just made my big group of friends, and now you're trying to tell me I gotta cut all that off and I gotta focus and study and be in my books and be in the hospital. Gotta be taking care of people, putting in IVs and taking orders from people. Crazy. It was just
madness.
Crazy. Like, and I think that's something that nobody prepared me for. Even my own parents and people that we already knew that were nurses. Like, nobody told us, like, hey, you're about to get into nursing school. You need to mature up, wake up now. Like, it was kind of just like, oh yeah, you got into nursing school. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. And then you get there and you're just like, it was really overwhelming. But hey, but that's like for another video. We're gonna go into deep detail about our nursing school experience because I can write a book about my nursing school experience. It's crazy. But yeah, that was pretty much our plan. You know, we got into nursing school. Our plan was still in the back of our mind. We're just gonna finish nursing school so that we can eventually go into med school. We're gonna take prerequisites when we can, and after we finish working, saving up some money, we'll be able to pay for med school. But that's just now a story.
Oh yeah, now it's a story.
It's not, you know, it didn't come into fruition. It's not a reality.
For us.
Yeah, for us. That's not I'm not gonna. So like when I said earlier, I'm not gonna discourage anybody from trying to do this, but I'm just saying
it's a challenge, and it's a challenge that is doable because there are other YouTubers that have done it.
Yeah.
However, it was not God's plan for us.
No. Especially with our personalities.
Yeah, and that was a hard pill for us to swallow.
It took a lot.
And
we'll talk about it. We still, well, I mean, I guess I can say, like, we still, like, honestly, when we finished graduating and we started working as nurses, we really tried. We tried to take prerequisites to get into med school. Like, we were working full-time, going to school part-time-ish, taking, like, two classes at a time, and literally come from, and like this is like, okay, working night shift. You come off of work,
take a quick 1 hour nap.
If that, one time I parked in the parking lot just so I could know that I had to make myself go to class. And you go to class and you're not like really retaining anything. So it was just like, and then it got to the point where it was just like, why am I killing myself? It's either you work or you go to school, and I wasn't willing to give up work because you know, hey, a girl gotta take care of herself, and we gotta travel. You know, we want to shop. You know, want to do hood rat things with my hood rat friends.
I'm telling you, like the life that nursing has made me create, like with the money I was making, it was like, you want me to go what to do what?
You know, and it's like we've been in school like our whole life. Jump back in school, like, dang, when am I gonna be done?
When I sleep.
Yeah, so I mean, we just have to snip that plan. It was just really like taking a toll on us, physically, mentally, spiritually. Like, I was very depressed. I wasn't very happy. Like, I didn't want to do anything. Like, I was just kind of boring. The only time I felt happy was maybe when we did traveling. But yeah, so we did try. If you want to know more information, comment below. We can definitely get, like, maybe talk to you personally about, like, if that's something that you're still looking forward to doing.
Because I still have a plan in my laptop that I'm willing to share. I literally made myself a degree plan, y'all. And I sent it to everybody who was trying to do this.
Yeah. So, yeah. But you know, you live and you learn.
And that's the thing that I was saying about God's plan. Like, you literally don't know why he's taking you through something. You're thinking it's like, oh, because it's aligning with the way I'm thinking, and he's like, no. I have a greater purpose for this, but keep thinking what you want to think until you want to reroute your mind. So where we are today, moving forward, I am in nurse practitioner school to become a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. How I came into that is because, you know, I've always noticed that there was something that was like always reoccurring in my life, like re-showing itself in my life. And it was like, I was always very therapeutic to people. Like, I love to listen. I was very caring. And I was so much more interested in the mental well-being of my patients rather than their health. Like, a lot of times, like with the patients that can talk to me, like, I was literally getting in their business and like, you know, like, what's really going on? And like, okay, girl, like, you know, tips for this, tips for that, you know. So the psyche was always my main focus. And even in nursing school, I got an A in the psych class without even studying. So I was like, the Lord was like, girl, you're not paying attention. And I was still like, medical school? He's like, you're not paying attention.
And for me, I'm currently in a family nurse practitioner program. People are probably wondering, why aren't you doing neonatal? Yeah, working in the ICU of the neonatal intensive care unit, I realize that's a no for me. Not to say that I don't love, I still absolutely love children and I absolutely love babies. But I just, that's the beautiful thing about nursing. You can do literally anything that you want to do.
You're very versatile.
You can't, nothing can just be like, oh, well, you started here, that's where you're going to end up. No. So for me, I plan on completing my family nurse practitioner degree. And then I do want to possibly specialize in dermatology. That's something that has always kind of interested me a little bit. And I love skin. I like to watch Dr. Pimple Popper a lot, so. So, I mean, that's something that I kind of want to get into. Other than that, then I'll probably do like pediatrics. But, so yeah, that's kind of a little bit about us.
Yeah. Where we are today.
Yeah, I hope this video wasn't like too long or too annoying or too nagging or too like obnoxious. But hopefully, like, you know, with further videos we get to like touch on certain points and help, you know, bring to light a lot of issues and a lot of things that you guys want to know about. So just stay tuned for our next up and coming videos. This was just one of many. Hopefully we can continue pulling out content for you guys. But yeah, so if you haven't already,
like, comment, subscribe, push that bell button so you can get notifications. Okay. And follow us on Instagram at the Millennial Nurses.
The Millennial Nurses. Some of y'all don't know how to spell, but you're gonna learn how to spell today.
Google will help you. You know, Siri be self-checking that. So Millennial Nurses.
The Millennial Nurses. Alright, you guys. Take care and peace.